If LTA is 15 days late, you are legally allowed to unsubscribe from plays.
What's good everyone, and welcome back to my series on this channel called LTA, or Let's Talk About. LTA is the series where I can cover whatever topic I can choose to do, whether it be topics that have been lightly touched upon, to a trending topic. I can really do whatever I want, so suggest what I should do for October's video down below. As you know, last episode I basically made a meme review 2.0 for some of the GCSE memes that were posted on Twitter. And I'm really happy with the positive reception that video got, so I thought, why not make a video that is less like the first and will probably be worse? And now, here we are today, my dear Flame Cartel, to talk about anime. Why the fuck not? I know some of y'all be like, but Blaze, anime is fucking retarded, who would ever wanna watch that shit? And I would be like, why do you hate something so innocent? To be honest, I think either memes are responsible or that anime just has a bad reputation overall. But the people who criticize barely know anything about Japanese culture, what they see as comedic or something like that, and
if you know even one smidge of Japanese culture, or even breathe in Japanese, you're a fucking weeb and you should die, you weeb scum.
Okay, seriously, what the fuck? The term weeaboo is classed as someone who has an unhealthy obsession to all things Japanese, so they think they are Japanese, and so they learn Japanese from watching something like Sword Art Online, because they're also probably 12. I know I'm making this drag, I'll get to what I need to get to in a second. But first, wanna join my V-Bucks giveaway? In today's video, we're not talking about how the anime community is the most oppressed group of all. It isn't, by the way, that one goes to gamers. Today's video is about the kinds of anime that are coming out this year, because this year, it seems like it's the year for anime.
My hero? Tokyo Ghoul? JoJo!
First, I'm gonna lay some ground rules. I'm only covering anime that is commonly known to the community, such as Dragon Ball, My Hero, etc. Just anime that is just commonly known. That being said, I'm not including anime such as Pop Team Epic, that's its own kind of thing, but I do admit its opening is amazing for a shitpost anime. I'm also going to be rating these anime like the last video with the memes, but this time I'll be rating it differently. It will be based on overall plot, no, not that kind of plot, quality control, and the emotional drive. But this is only for ongoing or already finished anime. As for anime that is to be released soon, I'll base it on my own thoughts and opinions on the anime in question. Before we get into this though, I need to say, obvious spoilers coming up. Don't be spoiled if you haven't watched these yet. Okay, so these are all the rules that we need, and so with that, we can get started. This year, in terms of Dragon Ball, we got our fix most definitely, with Dragon Ball Super ending its Universe Survival arc with a rather unsurprising victory from Universe 7 and Android 17 taking that victory royale. Also, Super Dragon Ball Heroes. That's the thing. But one thing we got this year is a teaser trailer, and a full trailer for the upcoming Dragon Ball Super movie about Broly. So now there are 4 movies of Broly. We got 3 in Z and now another one in Super. Why not another movie about a different character? What about Cooler? Cooler is heavily slept on. Plus, I would love to see Frieza work or fight against Cooler. That would be a great movie. But no, this one is special because this time Broly's back again with a new design. He looks like a Yamcha ripoff, and his dad Paragus looks like an old Buzz Lightyear knockoff. That aside, I do have to say the quality of this looks on point so far. I'm digging the new art style that they went with in this movie. Apparently it takes place just after the Tournament of Power, which means that this movie does appear to be canonical to the story. Or at least I hope it is. Although it probably most likely won't be due to Dragon Ball movies not really following the canon in the past. And I'm gonna be real, Broly's new design looks pretty good, I guess. In my opinion, it's somewhat better than it was in the DBZ movies, specifically the first 2 Broly movies. Not Bio Broly though, like what the fuck is that? But I'm still gonna call Paragus' new design an old Buzz Lightyear knockoff because like that's what it looks like, Buzz twatting Lightyear. In the trailer we have Goku, Vegeta, and even Frieza going against Broly. I mean, it's nice to see Frieza actually putting in work, but what about any of the other characters that have been heavily slept on? You could probably say, oh, they're not powerful enough. Then give them a new form or something, but oh no, Toei doesn't want to make their fans proud and instead wants to go with whatever works for marketing. I know I have a lot of gripes when it comes to Toei and Dragon Ball, but honestly, I feel as though this movie will do good in theaters. And if that's the case, we will get more high budget movies with newer characters possibly to come in the future. I would honestly give the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie a watch when it comes out in cinemas. If you're thinking of watching this movie too, it will come out in Japan on December 14th and worldwide in January 2019. Before we go to the next anime, I will add a video of me and my friend Alex, or Archer, reacting to the trailer of this movie. Please enjoy. We're just gonna dive right into this. We're just gonna watch this and, you know, give our thoughts. He's happy he got the Jiren treatment.
I was looking so much. What the hell?
What? No! What? No!
What are those?
Was that Goku in a
The
tracksuit?
legendary pectorals.
Oh boy. The Dragon Ball.
My Dragon Balls.
Wait. Frieza? Frieza versus Broly.
Frieza?
Okay.
My nipples are better.
Super Saiyan God.
Super Saiyan God.
And blue as well. Okay.
Kakarot.
Kakarot.
Nakaba? What the?
Oh, wait, what? Oh my god.
You finna fuck up your commas. Captain Cock.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I am hyped for this. I'm just gonna say right now, I am hyped for this.
I'm gonna be completely honest. When I first heard that Broly was coming back for the movie, I was heavily sleeping on this man. But seeing this trailer, my balls have retracted inside of my body. Wait.
My Hero Season 1 was good in terms of plot, Season 2 not so much because of the tournament, but we did get character development. My Hero Season 3 though has given us more plot within both the Forest Training Camp and the Hideout Raid arcs. So the Forest Training Camp arc starts with the Vanguard Action Squad pulling up and stealing Bakugo, leading to a fight breaking out. There was huge character development to Kota. He revealed that his parents were killed by this buff dude Muscular. Great plot point for emotional drive. I mean, if my parents were killed by Big Brock himself, obviously I'd be upset too. More of a Big Brock who may torture me. But I mean, Deku manages to defeat Muscular later with a quote-unquote 1,000,000% Delaware Detroit smash. I think everyone can agree that 1,000,000% is impossible. And then in the Hideout Raid arcs, All For One fights All Might in the 1v1 of the century. Todoroki, Deku, Kirishima, Momo, and Ida went to go save Bakugo from the Vanguard squad, so they're basically off screen for the most part. Some of the other heroes go to fight the other Vanguard members, and pretty much that's basically it. All For One gets imprisoned and everything is all good. Now on to the Provisional Hero License Exam arc. This arc doesn't have much plot, but it does have quote-unquote plot. If you know what I mean, if you catch my drift. I'm not one for it, but I'm pretty sure my friend Alex is. That's thick with the 2 C's, if you know what I'm saying. I swear to God, Horikoshi thinks he's slick with this, he's really not. For example, in episode 52, Deku is looking for an upgrade for his costume that will allow him to discover feet for the first time. Surprising, I know. Man's forgot he had 4 limbs. But Deku is blown away by an explosion from the development studio. There's smoke and Uraraka has a shocked expression. Which is kind of understandable because in the next shot, Mei is right on top of Deku-kun. Deku has a perfect view of the cleavage and, well, those who have seen Deku in action, you'd probably know what happens next. As well as in episode 54, we have the character of Kami. Pure fan service in a nutshell. Kami is just one of those types of characters in My Hero, the fan service kind of type, you know the ones. Cleavage showing, acts like a savage thought, probably is a savage thought, and is dubbed by the fans as thick. You even get a shot of her naked or out of her leather latex suit thing, I don't know. Like, you cannot tell me that they didn't make her for that kind of purpose, like the kind of purpose of being a fan service character. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, so the quality of this anime adaptation is great, as always. I love the style of each individual character and it is definitely unique compared to other types of anime. And the emotional drive in the plot is also good. What else is there to say? Overall, My Hero is a great anime, unsurprisingly. Season 3 is about to finish as of recording this, and like, there's a movie coming out soon. I'm not sure if it will drop in Europe yet. The movie has already come out in Japan, but it will release in North America very soon, like in a few days in fact. So with 2 down and 3 to go, the next one will be... Season 3 finally arrives to Tokyo Ghoul fans in the form of Tokyo Ghoul Reanimated, and well, what do I think of this one? Let's start off with Season 1. Season 1 was the most faithful to the manga adaptation. Sure, they cut out parts and rushed stuff, but it was alright. Season 2, or Route, was atrocious. Like, it actually decided to cut out major parts from the manga and rushed it a hell of a lot more. They also decided to change the main plot at times, like, for example, I don't know, changing it to make Kaneki join the very same people who kidnapped him the season prior. First off, that never happened in the manga. Second, that just makes no sense at all.
Probably does in the manga.
It just felt like a kick in the nuts to Ishida's work. So how does Tokyo Ghoul Re hold up? Well, although Season 1 and 2 had their flaws with cutting out parts and everything, they both nonetheless had a pretty good plot collectively, and Re is no exception. Season 3's plot is good. That's all you need to hear. So Re takes place 2 years after the CCG raid on Anteku. Yeah, that happened. And now the CCG's main focus is on taking on the rest of the ghouls and the Algiri Tree terrorists. The CCG create a team known as the Quink Squad in order to assist them in exterminating the ghouls. Basically, the members of the Quink Squad are humans but with ghoul organs, making them half-ghouls. The leader of the squad is Heise Sasaki, and he looks a little familiar, doesn't he? So yeah, this dude Heise is Kaneki, but he doesn't remember that himself. However, he keeps getting these memories that slowly reminds himself of who he once was over time. Okay, so about the Quink Squad. We have of course Heise, but then we have Orie, Unibayashi, Mutsuki, and Shirazu, or as I like to call him, secondhand riffraff. And these characters, as stated before, are half-ghouls. Some of these members get defected and replaced with new characters or promoted and transferred later on down the line. But I'm only going to judge this based on the first few episodes, I don't want to really spoil too much of this. Anyways, I put the quality here as a meh because that's literally what it is, just a meh. Like, the animation was good for like 2 whole episodes, but every episode afterward looked like it was from a PowerPoint presentation. That may be over exaggerating, but what I'm saying is from episode 3 onwards, the animation didn't look as slick. Probably blew all their budget on the first 2 episodes in the OP, I mean, I don't know. Now, as for the emotional drive, it's alright. It's not the best, but it is Tokyo Ghoul, so of course you gotta feel something for these characters. I mean, should you watch all 3 seasons of Tokyo Ghoul? I mean, I'd say yes, just to give you something to watch, plus the OP's music is flames. But for the full Tokyo Ghoul experience, I suggest you read the manga. The manga has a way better story than the anime, and it makes more sense than what bullshit Route A's story was giving us. Okay, next anime. Now for AOT Season 3, what do you expect? It's AOT, it's bound to be good. But now, my Flamer Cartel, it's time for the main event. JoJo! Phantom Blood to Diamond is Unbreakable, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Animated had been an amazing adaptation of the manga that Araki had made from all the way back in 1987. David Production has always been on point with delivering us a great anime adaptation that stays true to Araki's work and then some. Phantom Blood was a great entry to the story. It focused on the rivalry between Jonathan Joestar and Dio Brando and how everything came to be for Jonathan and his successors. You know, the whole stone mask thing and the I reject my humanity JoJo thing, and Dio becomes a vampire with superhuman abilities and he says So as you can tell, Dio is the main antagonist and we were made to hate Dio from the very start. But I don't know, there's just something about him that you just can't hate him for. Battle Tendency follows on from Phantom Blood around 50 years later with new protagonist Joseph, the grandson of Jonathan. It goes more in depth into the origins of the Stone Mask from part 1, eventually leading to the discovery of the Pillarman. Stardust Crusaders is a long one, but basically Joseph, who is now way older, had found out about Dio's existence and that he is alive once again. He also found out about the existence of stands, which are spirits of sorts that the characters gain, which also have different sorts of abilities. And so after a few certain events, Joseph goes on a trip with his grandson Jotaro, Avdol, Kakyoin, and later on Polnareff to find Dio and put an end to this self-harming stand within Joseph's daughter Holly. Honestly, I'm finding this to be my favourite part of JoJo due to the plot at hand and how crazy the orders can be from Star Platinum. And lastly, Diamond is Unbreakable takes place in beautiful Duwang, and honestly it feels like a picnic. Jokes aside, it takes place in Moriocho, where our next Joestar resides. Higashikata Josuke, along with Okuyasu, Koichi, Rohan, as well as Jotaro, are trying to find stand users that have been causing trouble within Moriocho, ultimately leading them to their main antagonist, Yoshikage Kira, the one responsible for the murders in Moriocho, and the one who uses my favourite stand in JoJo animated so far, Killer Queen. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant Deadly Queen, but who cares, it's Killer Queen to me. Anyways, I'm getting off track, excuse me. So the reason why I'm bringing up JoJo is because in October this year, we are getting more JoJo animated. Yes! Rejoice, my fellow JoJo Tarzas, we are getting Part 5, Golden Wind, animated. And from what I've seen from the promotional teaser poster to the previews of Giorno and others in action, this one will be like other JoJo animated seasons. Great. Except this time, we're getting given the Gold experience. Like, we all thought this wasn't happening because it had been 2 years since Diamond is Unbreakable had dropped, and there was like no word of Part 5 animated coming out. That was until the end of June this year, and we got that promotional poster with the release date on it. Honestly, I like the recolor of Giorno, but I don't think other people will be as happy.
Why is Giorno pink? I don't hate it, but I just think blue's 1,000 times better.
I'm going to be honest, I got into JoJo only about like a few weeks ago, and I'm still only like more than halfway through Part 3. But when Part 5 drops, I'm definitely going to be on that, because from what I've seen of it, it's like going to be absolute flames. And I know the music is going to be absolute flames too, because Coda, the artist behind Bloody Stream for the OP in Part 2, and my favorite JoJo OP of all, is working on the OP music for Part 5. He literally announced Bloody Stream 2. I'm sold. So overall, JoJo Part 5 animated is going to be amazing. Tried to change my mind. So in 2018 as a whole, anime coming out this year seems to be mostly great. I love the ones that came out this year and will possibly love the ones that come out later this year. And I also hope that next year the anime will be the same quality as this year. And oh, would you look at that? It's the end of the episode. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to hit that like and subscribe if you want to see more LTA in the future. Again, this is a series where I can talk about anything, so like feel free to give suggestions down below. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Blaze out.